All right. Welcome back to this new live stream. Okay. Today's we have an important news. We have the US CPI, which is the inflation, consumer price inflation in United States. Very important news, which could potentially move the market because I think from the beginning of the week, if you're a swing trader, you already notice that the market is slowing, moving slowly. So there were not too much, a lot of movement from the beginning of the week. So hopefully, with this announcement CPI, we could get, or I could catch some opportunities. Okay, so I already have some position on OZCAD and AUDNZD. So on buy on long position because as I explained in my last weekly market outlook, I Aussie is fundamentally strong. So and also that not only that we had I think this week at the beginning on Tuesday we have a new monetary policy, a new announcement from the ABA, the Central Bank of Australia, who decide to maintain to hold their rates. So that could be interpreted like a strong move. So that's why I want to hold my position on Aussie card as long as we are not closing below this low because this is my structure. To be honest, this is my structure. We broke above these highs, we closed above. I was just waiting a retracement in discount price to be able to put another entry. We stop here, okay? But I already hinted here, stop just below this sort of level, as you can see here. Look at how price miss my stop loss by some micro pips, you see. So that's very interesting. So in lower time frame, what I want to see is just a shift of structure. If we manage to close above this high, for me will be another confirmation that we could potentially continue to target these highs. Okay, this right there. So for me, I'm still bullish. Aussie is fundamentally strong. The projection of Australia, the RBA, the bank, the central bank from Australia is still to maintain a high rate. So this could favor the Aussie card at to the upside. So another position I took is Aussie. I am currently in positive in is Aussie NZD. So Aussie Kiwi. Let me show you. Aussie Kiwi I already put some entry here. So as you can see, what I want to target is this zone right there, this supply right there. So once price reach this level, I will cut my trade. Okay, so that's the trade I am currently in. And then we have in a couple of minutes the CPI. So I will be focused more on major dollar pairs that I already have in my yellow watch list. So quickly, um, I'm looking for USDCHF. USDCHF, as you can see on daily, what I want to see is I'm still bullish long term from this low to this high. You see, what I want to see is some retracement first in discount price somewhere here, and then here is this is where I want to see a buy position. But if we get, for example, a strong CPI which could bring some strength on the USD dollar, I will not be surprised if we continue to form a higher low, maybe broke above, and then the trend will continue to the upside. But yeah, I will very pay attention on what will happen here. If you go, for example, on lower time frame, I already mark up this supply zone right there. If I see some rejection after the, maybe for example we had in a couple of minutes weak a soft CPI, soft inflation, I will try to find some position to target at least this low somewhere here. Okay, but I think this will be considered that as a counter trend because we are trading against the higher time frame level, which is the higher time frame trend, which is bullish. Okay, so yeah, very interesting to see what will happen here after the CPI. So I'll see looking on Nikkei. For Nikkei, I think we for the week we already target the my target of the week. So I'm bullish. I'm still bullish on Nikkei because I still think that we have room to target the 80H, the all-time high. Okay, so very interesting. So what I want to see is some sign, some kind of retracement first before engage again in a bullish position. Okay, so right now I think we just broke above here. Maybe we could potentially target here, but I'm not sure. But for me, yeah, I think we are overbought right now, so I need some retracement first before enter this trade again. Okay, so we start to see some retracement, rejection of the point of control from the last month, which is this gray zone. See, this is the point of control from the last month. Very significant zone for me. So let's see what will happen here. Okay, I will be back here. So next one is Euro GBP. So Euro GBP, I mark up this demand zone. I expect some rebounds off of this zone after maybe breaking this high. Will be very interesting, but it seems like price is not playing out as I want. So let's see if we break, even we break above this weekly open, and then I'll be able to buy again. But this is not my first choice if I want to choose. I'm also looking on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very interesting. So I think we already have the CPI release. Let's see. Let's see. So what do we have? 0.1% CPI month on month as expected. Let's go to the Forex factory. So the print is going on, spending. So we will be back. So on Bitcoin, yeah, because Bitcoin I still think long term we could potentially drop again towards this zone somewhere here around just below the $50,000. This is a zone where I see potentially Bitcoin drop before we engage with another bull run starting from here. Okay, so on monthly time frame, excuse me, I have some issue with excuse me, I have some issue with internet. Uh, okay, I have some issue. Excuse me for the quality of the stream. Some technical issue with my internet. Okay, talking about Bitcoin. Let's see. Seems like we have the CPIs comes out. So CPI here on here, so nothing changed. This comes out as expected. CPI month for month the same, core CPI the same. Yeah. Globally, CPI comes out as expected, so I would say it's still a high level of inflation, but because we have not a surprise compared to the what we expect, so that's what I think we couldn't have. There is a possibility that we don't have high high volatility due to this neutral report. Mm, let's see USDCHF. Yes, very sorry. I have a bad connection today. I don't know why. Oh my god. Uh, maybe I will close some windows. Let me see. Let me close it. Close some windows. Close it here. Okay, I think this will be okay from now. Okay, on USDCHF, let's see what happened here. Nothing. Ooh, interesting. We got some move. So, as I explained, yeah, there is a chance that we could retrace this this last daily leg because on daily time frame I'm still bullish from this low to this high. So what I want to see is some retracement at least toward the 50% or this zone somewhere here. This is where I will be happy to buy again the USD CHF. But because the CHF right now is very weak, we also have the dollar which is weak. That's why we got this kind of range right there. So for me to be able to short this, as I said, this will be a lower hold trade, so with a lower probability to be to achieve. So because higher time frame is bullish at any points, any moment, price could potentially start to breaking higher, forming order flow bullish without giving us a retracement. Okay, so that's why I will consider this setup on 4 hour as a counter trade, a counter trend in counter trend because I want to sell against the higher time frame, but to be able to sell it, I need some confirmation like in lower time frame, for example. In lower time frame, for example, to see a shift of structure, something like this, for example, if we close below this low, maybe I will be able to short. Yeah, but this is very risky, very risky. Okay. Um, I wanted to see to have some conviction to sell this. I wanted to see some soft CPI, but we didn't get soft CPI. You see, CPI comes out as expected, so that's why I think I will let my trade idea to show this. I will let it. So this will not be interesting anymore for me right now. So let's go see the Nikkei. The Nikkei, as I said, yeah, this will be my next target on Nikkei on weekly time frame. There is a chance that we could target this at the end of the week. Okay, so on daily, yeah, daily, if I measure this last leg, you see that price is already pushing towards the premium zone. So for me, we are already overbought. So what I want to see is some retracement first, maybe hold above this gray zone, which is the point of control from the last month, and maybe who knows, next day or next week we could potentially buy from here, because compared to other indices, we have some room. You see, this is the room, what I call room, to reach the all-time high. So for me, Nikkei will be more interesting than S&P, for example. If let me go check the NF, the S&P. Look, for example, S&P on weekly time frame, we are already at all-time high. For me, it's not interesting. Look at the US, the Dow Jones, same thing. We are at all-time high. I need some retracement first, at least somewhere here before looking to buy again. If not, I will not touch the US 30. Same thing for the DAX. DAX, we are all-time high, in a all-time high. Not interesting for me. I need some retracement first in discount. So I will be wait for this. What else? The FTSE, same thing. We are hovering at all-time high. Not interesting for me. So the only indices I will be interesting is Nasdaq, because Nasdaq, as you can see, we have room to target the all-time high. You see, so this will be interesting for me at equity opens. So very interesting. I at 3:30 European time zone, or 9:30, which is the Eastern time zone. So very interesting to trade this. Yeah, that's it for indices. So let's go back. As I said, USD CHF, I want to sell it, but based on the recent CPI report, which comes out as expected, not soft, not high, so very neutral. I'm not very convinced to sell this, but this was initially my trade of the week, waiting some rebounds off of this supply zone, you see, and then some sort of shift of structure in lower time frame, and then try to short to target this low somewhere, at least this low somewhere will be very interesting. Okay, so let me see if, for example, I will put some highlight here. I will say, for example, break it crossing down with a bar close. Okay, so I need to see a closure below this low to be, for example, enter here. Maybe, yeah, this will make 1 to 19 risk rewards. Maybe put my stop somewhere here, will give me a better risk reward. So yeah, uh let's see, as I said, is very risky trade, because we are in counter trend. Try to short it will be a counter trend trade. So the best zone to buy it for me is the zone here on discount. We have some zone here. We even have this zone right there where we could potentially rebound. So this is where we'll. So Aussie USD, also Aussie. Yeah, Aussie already tapped the target. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's proof there is a lot of weakness on the dollar. As I said, I think I want to see at least price reach this zone, so price, so we still have some room. Yeah, we still have room to target. So let's see on 4 hour. Yeah, I mark up this, but I didn't enter here because I was waiting CPI release. But it seems like Uzi wants to continue. Yeah, this supply will be for me a nice target here. So let's see, 1 hour. Can we capitalize on this one? Let's see on 30 minutes. So yeah, this is the demand. Okay, let's see if price could retest somewhere here around this level. You see, if price retest here, I will be happy to enter again, but I doubt. So let's see. I'm talking about you Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on monthly time frame, our current position, which is playing very good right now on Aussie NZD and Aussie CAD. So I will come here after. So on Bitcoin, as I said, long term, of course, bullish for those of you who are investing. It's very interesting to invest long term in DCA, dollar cost average, on this Bitcoin. But what I want to see is what I expect. I still think that we have some room to target in somewhere here before start to buy again a new bullish cycle on Bitcoin. That's what I am thinking right now. If I measure from this low to this high, yeah, I think there is a possibility that Bitcoin dive even lower in discount price to find a discount price maybe around $50,000. I think this is where a lot of buyer will enter if price reach there. Okay, very interesting, even in investing long term. But in trading, if you want to trade, I also am seeing right now this imbalance zone where price could in short term potentially failed before dropping again. This is a potentially is a probability on weekly time frame. You see, seems like we are ranging. I don't like this type of price action right now, so but I still think that we could potentially target here. So why I'm saying that, because I started to see a repetitive schema. So look, for example, what happened in the past. We have a range right there. You see, a lot of range. Price deep in premium price and then drop. You see, this is the same analysis we can make here. Another accumulation range, price go in premium price and then drop lower. You see, so that's why I think we could potentially have the same thing here. So right now we are accumulating price is accumulating, ranging. At some point we will get some surge of price in premium price, and then somewhere here we will see another shot, a drive lower. This is where we could potentially target the below around the $50,000, the price I mentioned in higher time frame. This is where we could potentially have a nice accumulation in in long term, okay, in your portfolio for those of you who invest in Bitcoin. But if I even go in lower time frame, 4 hour, we're still in Bitcoin. Yeah, I think this these highs could potentially be get taken out. So yeah. Mm, so what I am looking for, I'm looking to buy. You see, we have this demand which holds a lot of time here. We have some. It's not really a breakup structure. You see, we don't really break above these highs. It's a shame. So yeah, that's why I'm not engaged in this price right now. But I still think that you have some sort of order block. You see this engulfing candle. So this sell before the buy for me is an order block or sort of demand right there where price is currently rejecting. So for me to be able to enter this price, I need at least a close above here. I need to see some sort of bullish order flow, and then I will get in buy this trade, targeting these highs somewhere here. So that's what I am looking for, but it's not the best trade, so I will use lower risks if I see some confirmation here because I don't really like this price action. So this thing could easily drop like this, and if we even close below here, I think maybe will be ready to continue to the downside. Okay, but right now for me is if I want to bet on the direction of the Bitcoin right now is to the upside. It's not financial advice. This is just my opinion because if I measure this last daily leg from this high to this low, you can see that we still have room to target the 50% or even above premium zone before continue lower somewhere here. Price could potentially reverse. So right now we are in discount price, so it doesn't make sense to start to sell here. So instead of start to sell, maybe focus on buy to find some confirmation lower time frame to target at least around this 38.2% and maybe 50%, who knows. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking to buy Bitcoin at least for this week. So let me zoom in on lower time frame. So yeah, I mark up this line. If we close above here, I will be happy to buy some Bitcoin to target at least this level. So I put some highlight here. Let me check again. Crossing up once per bear close. So if we close it, I will get an alert and I will buy it. Okay. So for the moment, I put my stop here. So that's it for Bitcoin. Aussie we already talked about. We starting to be pushing up. What I want to target is this supply zone right there. So let's see USD CAD. So USD CAD I want to short from the last week. Why? Because if we see on monthly time frame, I already talk about it. After rejection of this level, you see here, I wanted to see price target the next level right there. So it seems that we are pretty close to touch this level. Okay, so on daily time frame, I want to target The 50%, yeah, we are pretty close. You look how the 50% is overlapping with this level I mentioned in higher time frame. So seems like we are going to target this level. So very interesting. We don't have enough room right now. So what I wanted to see is at least some retracement. You can clearly see it on 4 hour. Some retracement around here before short it again. So but it seems like we are not going to have it. Seems like price is leading towards this zone without giving us a retracement. So let's see, maybe if we have some rejection here, we could potentially buy here to realign with the this trend, for example, you see. But yeah, for this week I wanted to short, but it seems like we are pretty close of the target, so I will not be interesting anymore on USDCAD. Let me see on lower time frame. Yeah, yeah, maybe good for a day trade or a scalp, but yeah, it seems like price is already gone without me. Yeah, price already test here, so yeah, it's not interesting anymore for me. It would be something like this. Stop here, target this level. So yeah, not interesting for me. um yeah, very risky to sell here because we are pushing the discount price. So mm, put some alert here. So let's see, not interesting anymore for me. So I will shift the USD card to the red list, remove it from my yellow checklist, my yellow watch list. So uh Aussie is still interesting because we still have room to target. I just need some retracement around here, this level. If we manage to retest this level here, somewhere here, I'll be happy to buy. So let's see Kiwi dollar. Let's see Kiwi dollar. So Kiwi dollar on monthly time frame have no direction. Weekly time frame is the same. We are ranging. You see, this is a range for me, so don't have a crazy trend. So that's why we more focus on lower time frame. Lower time frame, we still have some sort of trend here because we broke below and closed below this low. So this is kind of a retracement towards premium zone somewhere here. So if we take in consideration that the dollar is weak, maybe we could potentially see another push towards this supply zone. You see, we didn't fully touch the supply zone. We still have room, see, right there. So I will not be surprised if we have some sort of thing like this. So for me, I will be very happy to buy somewhere here in this imbalance here. So that's why I put my highlight here. So let's go down 4 hour time frame. This is my structure from this low to this high. I'm bullish. So if I take my Fibonacci tools, you see we didn't touch the 50%, so we still have room. So that's why as I want to see price drive even lower somewhere here. This is where I will be very happy to buy. Okay, so mm, let's go up on weekly. Yeah, I don't think we are going to target this high now because the dollar and the Kiwi dollar is pretty much the two currency right now at the moment is weak. So that's why we have this kind of range, because the both currency are weak. So we don't have a crazy direction right now. So once one of the currencies will get some strength, we could see some movement, some breakout of this range. But right now, the both currency as are weak. So let's go down on 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour start to drop, but yeah, not interesting, not interesting for me right now. As I said, I want to reach this level right there. Okay, so as long as we are not trigger this level, I will remove it, put it on my red list until we get trigger on this one. Okay, let's go down lower time frame. Yeah, for me this is a range. I will not interesting. Okay, let's go see the pound. So the pound, I'm still bullish on pound. Why? Because I still think this is the target. Yo, we have a shift on USDCHF. Let me see. Euro dollar. Yeah, the dollar is pushing. Euro dollar is pushing. So let's check quickly the, yeah. You see the dollar is dropping. So yeah, it seems like, yeah, very interesting right now. So I think I will enter in USDCHF. Ooh, this thing is going. Put it on red. USDCHF, major dollar pair. Yeah, this is it. Put it on my red list. As I said, I will short it here. Target maybe this low. I think I will enter at the market directly, because this thing could go very fast at the market. So sell. Yeah, I just enter in USDCHF. So this will be, let me get, I think I will take the same trade on my challenge account. Let me check. Yeah, this is a risky trade, by the way, because as I explained earlier, we are in counter trend. The higher time frame is bullish, so taking a sell on this one will be a counter trend. So that's why I will use a little bit of lower risk than I used to be. I used to use. So let me check my challenge account. Yeah, we don't have a strong CPI, so we could assume that the dollar is still weak. Yeah, I just put another entry. So let's see. Enter here, somewhere here. This will be my order block. just above. Yeah, let's target this one. We don't want to be greedy in counter trend, so we want to take our profit as quick as possible. Yeah, this is a lower probability trade, as I said. Um, we are in counter trend, so let me put some alert on my stop in case price decide to stop me out. So yeah, initially this is where I wanted to take my position first. You see, if you follow my last live stream, I wanted to see price retrace around this supply zone and then give me a short, but because we had CPI this week, so I decided to wait after the CPI to see what will happen. So that's why it's very important to trade after the news, because if I enter before the news, maybe I will get stopped out. Who knows? Maybe price could easily reach this high, stop me out, reject this high, and decide to drop. Or because we are, as I repeat, we are in higher time frame, we are bullish. I would not be surprised if price decide to fake out and decide to put another higher highs and then continue to push. So that's why I put a lower risk on this one. I enter on USD CHF here. This is my position. So this is the instrument I trade. So let me get rid of that. Okay. Um, let's see on lower time frame. Yeah, I think I will. Think I will add another position. Seems to looking good because the GXY is dropping. So very interesting. I put another lot on USDCHF. Yeah, this will be the trade of the week alongside with Aussie NZD, which is in swing position, and Aussie CAD, which decide to yeah start to pull up to push up. Yeah, we are holding below, we are rejecting this level. Very interesting. So for me, maybe I will add another position after breaking this high. Yeah, if we close above, yeah, above here, I will add another position, stop below this low. Yeah, but it will be the same trade with the same risk. Yeah, maybe I will let it. I'm already too much exposed on Aussie pair on long because I'm trading Aussie NZD also. So yeah, This is my target. So Aussie NZD and Aussie CAD is playing out well right now. So very, very interesting to me. So right now, this is good. Yeah, the dollar is dropping, so very, very, very interesting on this one. That's why I like to trade after important news like that because we have a volume. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Okay, let me grab some position on my challenge account. Okay, let me see. So, right, let's see. I will put some highlight here once we target this as a take profit one, break even. This will be my second take profit, second partial TP2. All right. Um, I don't know if we are going to drop even lower here. With the, yeah, I will put it. If the dollar continue to drop, maybe who knows? This will be considered as my TP3. TP3. Yeah, stop just above here. So very interesting. Yeah. So this is the trade. I will remove it. So let's see. So finally decide to trade the USDCHF to the downside. The counter trend, yes, but I'm trading it alongside with the weakness on the dollar. The DXY is starting to drop. If you go, for example, on monthly time frame, yes, the dollar long term is bullish. We are holding at the bottom of this channel. You see, we're at the bottom. We rebounds off of this monthly demand. We want to target long term at least this premium price is in balance right there. So on long term, I still want to see price push to fill this imbalance, but based on the recent data we have week, we don't forget we have weak NFP last week, so we pretty much the NFP report comes out with I think it was 23,000 job lost, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So last Friday we got minus 23,000 jobs. This is very weak for the US economy. So this participate to weakness. the dollar. So that's why I think that there is a potential that we reject this level and we drop at least towards this level, or maybe around the yearly open, which it is the this blue line. Okay, so short term I'm bearish on the dollar, but long term I'm still bullish. This is why. So we are in weekly time frame. You see weekly time frame. Yeah. Uh, we have some imbalance right there. Interesting. So having a spike, a rejection of this zone could be another possibility before dropping again toward this level. So let's go down on daily time frame. I'm still bullish from this low to this high. Look how we retrace towards this discount zone right there, but I'm still think that we could potentially drop because the NFP report last week, we have the even the previous week we had the Kevin Walsh, the FOMC meeting. We comes out with a little bit of less hawkish than people thought on the last FOMC meeting. So this also participate at the weakness of the dollar. You see this drop. So I will not be surprised if we accumulate again and maybe drop another drop again. So maybe towards this level. So yeah, but if we start to break it from a higher high, maybe the idea will be I will be wrong, and maybe we could start bullish again, you see, to target premium price. So as long as we are not seeing that technical signal and fundamental signal to be able to buy again, I will not buy the dollar. For me, the dollar is weak right now. So I don't see any reason to buy the dollar right now. Fundamentally, as I explained with the NFP report, with the last FOMC meeting. So for me, there is a chance that we continue to drop clearly. But if we start to see a break, for example, a break of these highs, we close above and we break again. Now I will change my idea and we start to be bullish again. But as long as we don't have this type of confirmation or data, I still feel that we could potentially continue to drop clearly. So, so we are dropping after the CPI news 1 hour. So on 1 hour, we have some sort of shift of structure. You can see we started to shift. We broke below and closed below this low. This was my signal to short USDCHF. So after we break below here, for me, it's like I want to short the the dollar. Okay, so yeah, I'm shorting the dollar. Maybe who knows? First target will be this low somewhere here, and let's see after we drop. But yeah, short term short on the dollar at least for today. I'm bearish. Let me see. Do we have some? We have some. Yeah, we have some. some other block here that I don't want price to break. So yeah, as long as we are below this order block, I will be bearish for today. Okay, so let's see USDCHF. Yeah, that's why I don't like USDCHF. This is a very tricky pair. We close below on 1 hour, but the 4 hour, yes, even in 4 we close below this level. So yeah, so let's see. This is my trade. The block start here. Yeah, I want to see some rejection towards this level here. Okay. Yeah, put some three position on USDCHF on sell side. So USDCAD still bullish. Just want to see a break of these highs. If we break it, I will be very happy to hold price towards this level somewhere here. So that's why I am in. Okay, still in drawdown. So let's see. We still have room to target these highs. Um, Aussie NZD. So Aussie NZD. Let's analyze on higher time frame. So on higher time frame, I is a 12 month based on the initial projection from the ABA and which is the central bank from the Australia, and the ABNZ, the central bank from New Zealand. The projection of Aussie was to hike rates towards this year, so that's helped me to project my the direction of the year. So we are in 12-month time frame, which where each candle represent the yearly candle 1 year. So for 2026, I expect price to target at least toward the end of the year these levels somewhere here. So that's why long term I'm still bullish on Aussie. Okay, until we get some modification, some change in the monetary policy from both of the central bank, ABA and ABNZ. But on monthly time frame, this is my structure. We are still bullish. Okay, I mark up this channel right there. So look how we are at the top of the channel. Seems like we are forming some sort of resistance right there. Price doesn't want to retrace. Instead of retracing, we are rejecting this level right there. You see, let me zoom in for you. We have this imbalance right there. You see, this imbalance is kind of like holding price, so we are rejecting right now because at some points NZD start to hike their rates. That's why we had at some point this huge drop. but we had yesterday a new hold on the interest rate from the HBA, so the Central Bank of Australia. That's why we're starting to see another push this week. Okay, so for me, my plan is to maintain this push at least towards on the buy side. Want to target higher prices. Okay, on weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, as I said, we pretty much holding around this level. Okay, we're starting to see some reverse right there. So next target will be this high, as I expect. Okay, get rid of that. If we go down on daily, yeah, started to have some sort of price is squeezing towards this triangle. So at some point we are going to have some breakout to the either in the upside or the downside, but I am more betting on the upside because of the fundamental analysis I talk about. The Aussie is fundamentally strong right now. Okay, so we have some demand right there. Look how price engulf and push aggressively right there, leaving behind some imbalance. So for me, this is a demand. This is demand which is holding price right now. Okay, so that's why I started to buy here because we're coming from a demand zone. Okay, let's go down to the 4 hour. So 4 hour, yeah, you see I mark up this demand zone right there. So this demand, hold it here, and also hold here. Now we're starting to see some shift of structure. You see, we broke above this high. We also broke above this high. For me, is a nice signal to that we want to continue to push down. So a lot of buyer hinter here, so that's why I think we could continue to push and maybe target this supply zone right there, this level. So I get in this trade in swing position. I want to swing it at least, excuse me, at least taking my profit right there at the top of this high. Okay, so this is my position. I put some buy limit here in case price decide to, for example, retrace in discount, trigger other orders, other limit order, and then continue the movement to the upside. If not, it's okay. I will hold the current position I have right now towards the target. So yeah, bullish in swing position on Aussie NZD. Okay. So the trade of today is the USDCHF that I am looking for on sell side. So based on the weakness in the dollar, so the dollar is weak. So need a bit, a little bit of closure. Maybe yeah, we already closed below this low. I want to a continuation to the downside. So let's see. I will put some highlight here once we reach, for example, this level to see if I can get out or take some partial from the USD Okay, so let's go to my watch list. Yeah, you see how the Nikkei is pushing. So for the Nikkei, I was also looking to enter in Nikkei, but Nikkei fooled me around. Why? Because I mark up this demand zone right there at the beginning of the week. So I put my order limit just a little bit above the demand zone. But look how price in Tokyo session, in Asia session, missed my entry by a macro pips, you see, and goes without me. So yeah, this is very, very annoying. This could be a pretty good trade, but I miss it. I didn't get triggered, so it is what it is. So I will remove it right now. So yeah, because the target is already reached, which is this high. So for me, Nikkei is not interesting for me, at least for this week. We potentially see another opportunity next week. Okay, so I will remove it from my list. Simple as that. Euro GBP, same thing. I don't see major movement on this one. So yeah, I'll remove it from my list. Bitcoin, as I explained, want to see a little bit of push higher, but what I want to see is a confirmation. I need to see because we currently bouncing off of this demand. So you see, so what I want to see is just a close above this high, which could be a signal for me to enter, try to buy and target these highs. Okay, so if I don't have it, so I will not get in. So price could easily make something like that and continue to drop easily. Okay, so I'm waiting a break of this high, so I put an alert here. So let's see. Aussie dollar is already gone. So as I expected, I want to see because the dollar, US dollar is weak. I want to see a continuation at least to target this supply zone right there, which will be a good zone in premium. So yeah, who knows? Maybe a little bit of retracement to retest this zone and maybe another enter. But yeah, I'm already engaged in Aussie, exposed on Aussie dollar too much on Aussie NZD and Aussie CAD, so I don't want to put too much Aussie on my risk. So yeah, but this could be a good trade. Yeah, but yeah, also I don't like this price action. A lot of range right there, so let's see if price drop again and let's see what will happen. Maybe, who knows, put another entry. So the pound is still bullish. What I want to see is maybe another drop here before enter again. So stop just below this supply, this demand zone right there. So that's what I was expected on this one, but it seems like pound dollar is pushing, continue to push. This was my target, so we are pretty much at the target. So yeah, let's see. We have, I think we have an interesting news this week about the pound. Let me see. So we got NS CPI Wednesday. I think it's tomorrow, Thursday. We have some growth data on pound at the morning on in London, around London session, which would be very interesting to see how this could move the pound. So for me, I will wait maybe tomorrow to see if we could get by the end of the beginning of the tomorrow session if we could get here or not. So let's see, because we also have a supply here. I'm not sure if we could target here for this week, but this stay my realistic target for the week. Once we take out this high, I think I will be done for the week. I don't want to try to play the reversal. So of course, if I have some pips, if I have some gains here, I will not be engaging on this one again. So Euro USD. So it's 9:30 Eastern time. Let's see Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is with the Nikkei is the only indices that I see we have some room to reach the all-time high. So CPI comes out neutral. So in reality, this doesn't really affect the Nasdaq. We don't see a lot of movement. It will be bad. It could be bad if we had strong CPI, because strong CPI could imply hiking rates, interest rates from the Fed, which is not really good for indices. Indices like a softer inflation environment to rise. So because we have a neutral CPI, so don't really expect too much. I think we could easily continue to push to the upside, easily to target these highs. Okay, so let's find a support on lower time frame. The only support I am seeing right now is this gray zone, which represent the point of control from the last month, where price, I expect price to hold. If price really hold here, we could continue to buy from here. If not, we have another level here, which is represent the order block. You see, if I use the line chart, this is an order block, this highs on higher time frame. So we could see another drop here, a rebound off of here. It's another alternative to buy, but yeah, buying here will not be crazy, I would say. So this imbalance, I think, is a little bit far away. I don't think we could. We need some huge event to really drive price lower like that. We talk about Nasdaq, and recently we have very good news on Google, Apple, all these companies, these top companies, which is composite of Nasdaq, which is the tech company. So my scenario right now is to buy from here, or if you want to see a little bit of retracement, maybe buy from this level right there. So let's go down on lower time frame. So what do we have on lower time frame? Yeah, we started to see break of structure. We break above it. So as I said, I want to see a continuation. We are bullish. So these represent the point of control from the last week. We pretty much hold it here. So what we want to target first is this high. So if I could get some retracement first in discount price somewhere here, and then buy to target this this will be very interesting for me. So yeah, let me see. We have some room to target the upsides. So also have another target here, intermediate target, realistic target here. Very interesting before targeting these highs. Okay. So on 4 hour, what do we have? We are still bullish, clearly. And if I put some SMA, yeah, price is above the SMA, the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA moving average. So bullish. So yeah, I will mark up this imbalance right there. If price reach this zone, will be very interesting. I will be happy to buy from here with a stop just below here, because I think we have some other block here which already which has been already retest. Here we retest here, so maybe having a stop just below here will not be bad. Okay, let me put stop here. The ratio is not good, so put my stop just below here for 1.17 risk reward. So on 1 hour, so 1 hour, what do we have? uh, it's not very looking good, because we just reject this high. You see, we reject this high, so this will be very interesting if we really close above it. So this will prove that price want to continue, because we are rejecting this high right now is not looking good. Maybe expect a further drop, even lower, who knows. Rejecting this low, who knows, and maybe buy here. So in any case, I still want to see price retest this level. This is where I want to buy, start to buy. Okay. Mm, yeah, let's go on 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, yeah, very tricky. uh, 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 uh. Yeah, let's see how this candle will close. This 15-minute candle close. On 50 minutes, I think we close. We just close above this high. Yeah, we close above this high. So if I measure this last 15 minutes leg, you see 50% is down there. So yeah, this is where I want to see from this is from here. I want to see, I want to start buy. I'm not interesting to buy here. So that's why I put my highlight here. Nasdaq will be the next entry pair. So oh we are in drawdown in USDCHF. Crazy. Crazy. As I said, this is a very low probability trade. The higher time frame is bullish. So at any moment this price could continue to push up. Yes. Uh let's see the dollar. Yeah. If we break this I think it's finished. We most likely going to we are most likely going to, if we broke above here, we are going to target this level somewhere here. Yeah, I don't like what I am seeing right now on the dollar. Yes, we broke this level. I need to see another broke to be able to continue to maintain this trade. Yeah, don't really like it. Stop. Okay. So this thing is pushing, really pushing. Let me put it right there to refine this supply zone right there. So yeah, it seems like price is currently rejecting this point of control from the last week. You see this gray zone? Seems like we are rejecting. What I want to see is a close below this level and then a continuation towards the next level. But it doesn't look good right now. We are rejecting the level right now. So yeah, crazy. Let's see. This is supposed to be a day trade. If I wanted to swing trade this, I will put my stop just below, above this one, for example, like that. If I was able to short it, put my stop just above here, this supply zone, and try to short it like that. But because I want to play a short time trade, because not only we are in counter trend, the higher time frame is still bullish, and also the franc Swiss is very weak right now. So yeah, that's why I say this is a lower hold trade, a trade with a lower probability to succeed. But I get into these trades. But I get into these trades. But I get in to these trades. Ah, but I get in. Yeah, the dollar is weak. I think, yeah, dollar is weak. Senior Iranian source, there are no discussion over extending ceasefire between Iran. Yeah, another back and forth headline between United States and Iran. So that's pretty much, yeah. That's weakened the dollar again. Let's see the US oil. What US oil is doing. Yeah. Oh, very interesting on US oil. But as you always know, I'm not trading US oil this day because of the conflict in the Middle East. It's more like a drive, macro driven asset. So very, very unpredictable. So that's why I'm not trading the US oil, but we are at a pretty good level right now to sell. You see, this is the structure. We just retrace discount in premium zone. So not be surprised if we could see another drive to the downside. But as I said, this asset is macroeconomic driven asset. So in any time this could be affected by what's the headlines we say, you know, between the relative to what's happening right now in the Middle East between United States and Iran. You see, one time US say Iran agree to extend 60 days ceasefire ahead of August, and then I think a couple hour after we have a deny from the Iran senior Iran source. They are said there are no discussion over extending ceasefire. You see, this head back and forth headline between is very crazy. So that's very messed up from the beginning of the 2026 this year. So I learned to trade without now I learned to trade without really pay attention with this line. Okay, I will just focus on macroeconomic like NFP reports, CPI, and just not very pay attention because at the beginning I think that it was impactful, but right now it seems like if you want to follow headline after headline after headline, you are going to be lost. I'm not gonna lie, especially if you are a swing trader or fundamental trader, use fundamental analysis in your trading. You you are going to be lost if you trying to find this headline. Is This give me headache at the beginning. So I learned how to trade without even really pay attention to this one. I'm not saying that I'm not paying attention to this one, but I'm not more focused on this headline because it's a lot of back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, I prefer to really focus as before. I will prefer to really focus as before on the macroeconomic. Like I also use US oil to as an indicator to see how this could impact inflation, for example. So we see that inflation starts to slowing a little bit because we started to see this is where the war in the Middle East begin somewhere here. We stay a long period of time around $100, which was very expensive price, and this level of price bring inflation around the world. So as soon as we start to drop a little bit, so inflation starts to cooling off. You see, we drop right now. We are around $82, which is less expensive than $100. Okay, so that could explain this recent data we have on inflation in United States. See, that's why I think that the dollar could continue to drop. So I position myself. Yeah, maybe I will put another entry right here, just above here. Yeah, enter in market. Yeah, just put my stop just above here. Will be a little bit safe, to be honest. A little bit safe. But if price decide to close above this other block, I will close my trade. But I want at least put my stop just above here because we have a lot of spread on CFD assets. So price could reach here and stop me out because of the spread. So yeah. Okay, interesting. Just move my stop a little bit higher on my other account because I took the same trade on the some issue with the connection. Hopefully is good. Okay, let's close this one. As I said, a little bit higher. Put another entry. Oh, excuse me. Put another entry here. Stop just above here. Yeah, expect price to drop. Right. Yeah. You see, price retrace. If I measure this last leg, we retrace around a 50% one time, twice. This is the third time. So with this shift of structure, I expect price to drop a little bit lower alongside with the weakness on the DXY. So yeah, but if the DXY start to picking up, I think my trade will be over and I will get stop out on the USDCHF trade. Okay. So that's the trade. Okay, tomorrow we got PPI month on month, so this could have more some volatility on my trade, but I think I will hold this trade at least until the PPI release. If we reach some low here, I will took I will take some partial first and then see if PPI could drive in lower right there. So do we expect rise? Yeah, PPI month on month, we expect a little bit of rise on production price index. Inflation, yeah, yeah, this could bring some if we get some hot PPI, this could bring some strain on the dollar. But let's see what will happen until then. So yes, I think I will hold on short sides, on sell side, this trend on USDCHF. So yeah, so bearish on USDCHF for this week. Bullish on AUD NZD. This is the best trade for the moment for this week, which is currently playing out very well. So want to target this level. And I also have AUSDCAD, which is taking a little bit of time to take off. So yeah, I think we will really push higher once we break this level right there. So having a break of this, we close above this level. I think this will be okay to hold it. Yeah. Let's see Nasdaq. Nasdaq is the last one I want to check for today. Nasdaq is with the Nikkei is the best indices to trade for me because we still have room to reach the all-time high, which is here. So the price holding around this level. I want to see price very old. If price could hold here, I think we have nice level to target on upside. So inflation is not too hot, so could favor a continuation to the upside. So what I want to see right now on Nasdaq is simply a retracement around here or above this gray zone, which is the point of control from the last month. If I could get this, I will be happy to buy. My stop will be either here or a better safe place will be below this last week point of control because I want to maybe swing a little bit for 1 or 2 days to target these highs. So let's see. But we could potentially have another events. I don't know, headlines, something happen in the Middle East. We could have something like rejection of this high and another drop lower. Fine, discount price to buy again is another possibility. That's why I need to play safe here. A short-term trade will be a retrace here, but if we get this first, I will not be sure if I will enter here again. So I need a drop first before enter. That's my plan on Nasdaq. Let's go down on 1 hour. So on 1 hour, yeah, put some alert here to see if we could get triggered. So yeah, this could be interesting. I put it on my green list. So let me. This is Nasdaq. Okay. Yeah, Nasdaq have this high to target. Also have this high right there. Yes, still bullish. This imbalance is holding price on higher time frame. Okay, on daily. On daily time frame. Okay. Okay. 4 hour. We are in the Nasdaq. Still have some issue with my connection. Yeah, as I said, it will be very interesting to buy here. So if I put stop here, I'm not sure. Price could easily drop even lower. Prefer to put my stop just below this sort of demand zone right there. For me, this will be more safe to put my stop here. Yeah, at least to target this high. So if I put some entry here, put some buy limit right there. Yeah, so that's it. That's my plan on Nasdaq. Want to enter here on buy position. So let me put it on my challenge account. Put it on swing position. So I rather prefer put my stop just below here. This will be more interesting. I mean, if a good risk reward, a risk reward of one to one at least. Yeah, this will be very interesting. So my entry will be here. So this will be my buy limit entry. This will be my TP. TP1 for sure. Yeah, and here will be my stop loss. Like this. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Mm, Yeah, I put another the same opportunity on my challenge account for the Nasdaq buy position. So we got no surprise on inflation CPI data. So tomorrow we have the PPI on New York session. So we could potentially see some move here from here. So unemployment claim we expect a little bit of rise. So this could potentially weaken the dollar. So weak dollar is good for indices. So yeah, now I need to monitor what the dollar wants to do. Right now I'm seeing a lot of level of support. You see this weekly open, this monthly open is currently acting as a support. So that's the only thing I don't like it. So we also have this sort of demand slash support. So we could easily see a rebounds off of this level. So this is the only thing I don't like. So maybe that's why I could reduce my risks on. Yeah, but we started to reject this supply, you see. So yeah, I really want to see a break below this gray zone, which is the point of control from the last week. If we manage to close below it, yeah, I will be happy to hold towards this level right there. Okay, so this is interesting. Yeah, yeah, I will keep my sell setup on USDCHF starting to drop. Yeah, we pass bullish again. You can see this is my position. Okay. Oh, I'm just now waiting for Nasdaq to play out. Just a little bit of retracement here before targeting higher prices. So yeah, it seems like price wants to go, but I need to be very disciplined. I need to wait some retracement here first. I will wait a little bit for 30 minutes before closing the live. At I will close the live at 6 p.m. or not 6, but I mean 5 p.m. will be good to end the live and let this trade in swing position. And maybe tomorrow we made another live. Let's see for the PPI. I don't know. I have time tomorrow. Yes, maybe I will make the last live of the week because Friday we don't have too much. Oh yes, we have retail sales on USD dollar, but not very impactful announcement. But yes, maybe tomorrow I will launch another live around the New York session with the PPI. So we got some crude oil inventory right there in a couple of minutes, in 3 minutes to be precise. So let's see a little bit how the crude oil will react. We expect minus 1.7 million. So this could be, if we got less than that, this could be positive for crude oil. If we got more in inventory, this could be negative for the crude oil. So let's see crude oil. Ah, yeah. As I said, technically we are bearish. Excuse me for a little bit of issue with internet connection. So yeah, we start to be bullish. I think we very much retrace around this gap. You see how price is holding this gap. From this gap, we start to buy again. I think we start to be bullish, and the fact that the Iranian administration deny in response of the first agreement of the USD dollar, the United States, excuse me, Trump administration, they said in first instance that they agree with Iran to extend for 60 days ceasefire. So a couple hours after, we have a deny of Iran administration who said there are no discussion over extending ceasefire. So this brings some a lot of movement on the CFD, on the US oil, you see. So very tricky. So but technically I think like we could drive even higher because of because we still have tension in the Middle East. We are not gonna lie it. So that's why I think we could continue to push because price, it seems like price finds a support right there. So yeah, I think we could be bullish on daily. What do we have on daily? You see, yeah, we retest this zone. We couldn't get lower here, but it seems like we're finding a support here, as I said. So if we manage to break above this point of control from the last month and hold above it, there is a high chance that we continue to target these highs. Okay. Um, weekly bullish, daily start to reject a little bit. Maybe it was uh, discount price. Who knows? 4 hour. Yeah. Seems like we are rejecting right now. So off of this supply zone again. So you see, this is the structure. I will not be surprised if we drop a little bit lower, maybe towards this level on monthly open, and then from here we start to rise again. Okay. So let's see on 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 hour. What is the structure? Yeah. Let me mark up this level. So maybe a drop here will be interesting. let's go on 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, what do we have? Um, very tricky. Wait, if we broke below this low, we close below this low, this will be very interesting. I'm just mark up the US oil like that, but I'm not gonna trade it because this is a very, as I said, a macroeconomic driven asset. So any tweet on any announcement from Iran or United States in the Middle East will very be impactful on this one. So I don't want to be exposed on risky asset like that. But I find it very interesting to see how the US oil will move. So I talk about inventory. Where is it? Here. You see, we got something like 17 million barrel held in inventory. So this is negative for US oil because we have a lot of barrel of oil held in inventory. So the demand is not there compared to what we expect. So this could be negative on US oil. So I expect a little bit of drop on this one. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna get into this trade. Very risky assets. So let's see. Gold. Don't even talk about gold today, but because gold for me, we already reached. We are overbought. We already reached the targets. My target on weekly time frame. You see. So the target was this supply zone right there. You see. So this is where I am targeting from after breaking this consolidation. You see, I wanted to see some retracement to be able to enter to target this supply, but I didn't get that. Look how price after breaking this consolidation goes straight to the target. So it is what it is. So right now I'm not interested to buy it because we are reaching the supply zone. I need to see some retracement first and see if we could push even higher from there. So this is my structure on daily. You see we are almost at 50%, so not interesting for me to buy here. I need some relief lower on discount price, and maybe I will see if I buy it or not. But yeah, same thing on, not the same G, but I think silver has more potential to continue higher than the than gold. So because if I take for example this last daily leg, you can see we have room to target the 50%. So I mean this this supply zone is still intact. So we still have room to target the yearly open somewhere here. So very interesting on silver. So let's see a little bit up on weekly, on monthly. Yeah, monthly we are already bullish. weekly we are bullish. So daily, yeah, as I said, we pretty much we broke this consolidation right there, and we never retrace. So what I want to see is some sort of retracement, maybe somewhere here around this level, you see, somewhere here, and then I will be happy to buy. Yeah, silver look more interesting. I mean, we have some more room to target compared to the gold. So very interesting on silver. I think I will put it on my checklist because we have some room to target. So maybe not this week, maybe next week, who knows? But the risk reward is looking good. Now I just need some retracement first. Let's go down on 4 hour. So this is the 4 hour structure. You can see this is the 4 hour. So I need some retracement somewhere here or even here, I don't know, somewhere to be able to buy again. Remember my target long term is this supply. So at some point I will readjust my entry. So let's see. Right now we are overbought. I don't want to buy here. I don't want to sell either. So because the fundamental doesn't allow me to sell it. Fundamental tells me that we have soft inflation. Inflation comes out soft. Who said soft inflation also said we could get a relief on precious metal like gold and silver. That's why silver is pushing like that. It seems like market is has always anticipate the the inflation data. You see this accumulation. I think this accumulation is already anticipate the cooler inflation, a soft inflation. That's why price already push higher, you see. Now for me is not the best spot to buy gold right now. For me we are overbought. I need to see some retracement first, but I think silver have more room compared to the gold because we still didn't target the premium price of this leg. You see, we need to retrace even in premium before continue lower. Okay, that's what I explained earlier. So what I want to see is at least some retracement. I don't know, maybe here or even here to be able to buy again. Yeah. Um, so yeah, let's go up on weekly time frame. I already have one, two, three, four, five, six position. Yeah, I think I will let this one run and wait for a retracement in silver because silver, I think silver is looking good for, if not this week, maybe next week. Silver is a better opportunity than gold right now. Gold, I think we already reached a premium zone, so we have some supply right there. I would not be surprised if we could see some drop before a continuation or just a drop first only. So I will be more focused on silver as I said. So very interesting. So Bitcoin, let's see. Bitcoin, as I said, Bitcoin doesn't want to give me some confirmation. as I said at the beginning, what I want to see is just a shift of the structure in lower time frame. See, I want to close one price to close above these highs, so we never get that for the moment. So that's why I'm not get in Bitcoin in buy position. So, but I think we are right now we are in a good zone. We have some sort of demand right there. Maybe retest in the lower prices somewhere here. Who knows? Here we break this high and then I will be in again. Okay. Okay. If we break this level, I think price we Bitcoin we could continue to drop lower. Okay. Aussie dollar, because I'm already exposed on Aussie by buying Aussie NZD and Aussie CAD. I'm not interested anymore on buying Aussie, but I still think that we have some zone right there to target. So I will not be surprised if we continue to push higher towards this level on Aussie. Yeah, I will pass on this one. I wanted to buy here, but as I said, I don't want to be exposed too much on Aussie dollar, so I will pass on this one. On pound USD, so pound USD, what I want to see a retracement around here, so pretty much something like that, around 50%. This is where I want to buy to target this high. So that's why I put some highlight here. So let's see. I also put on highlight. So I already have a highlight on this level. So and you can see on around this level we have the yearly open. Oops, excuse me. We have the weekly open. We have the monthly open. We have a lot of resistance or support right there where price could potentially reject to continue the movement to the upside. So is the zone where I will be looking to buy. Okay. Euro USD Euro USD is very tricky. So let's go up. So we have some imbalance right there. I would not be surprised if we came back to fill this imbalance at some point. And on buy side, we have these highs and this high to target. So if we pay attention, if you look the previous week, so I mean last week, look how we closed last week. We closed pretty much in this indecisive. So this is an indecision candle. So not a lot of buy, not a lot of sell. So pretty much indices. So indecisive, I would say. So for me, I need to very difficult to find a direction right now. But if we go to the daily, long term, we are bearish for sure because this is the structure. Okay, we are bearish from this high to this low. So this is just a retracement towards a certain premium price, maybe here or maybe even higher, or we even have this extreme zone here where price could potentially reverse in the long term. Okay, but the current momentum right now is this one. We are bullish. So let's see on on lower time frame what we have. So On lower time frame, you can see we have a bullish momentum. You see a lot of range right there. So we start to be bullish from this low. Currently, we are forming this high. So that's why I will not be surprised if you retrace a little bit lower in discount price before continuation if you want to target higher prices. If not, so what I want to see is just if we break this low, then I will be happy to continue the short. But it doesn't seem like we want to short right there, so that's why I'm more focused on buy right now because the current momentum is bullish. But we just tap the this supply zone right there, so for me it's pretty normal that we get some rejection, plus the fact that the dollar is strong. I think we could see some sort of rejection right there, rejection of this low or this low to continue the movement because the dollar is currently weak. If we go, yeah, the dollar, oh, this is crazy. Yeah, the dollar is rebouncing. I don't like it. I don't really like it, to be honest. So yeah, I look at this. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, what's happened here? Yeah, I know the discussion. Yeah, it has bring some tension on the dollar. So if we broke above here, I think price the dollar could continue to go up here. So same thing on USDCHF. So yeah. Yeah, I'm already in this trade, so if I got stop out, I got stop out. It is what it is, but yeah, this is a counter trend. Dollar is tricking right now, so but at the same time, I think in higher time frame we are bottoming this low, this channel. See, so we are at the bottom, so at some point price could push even higher and maybe reject like something like that. So seems like the GSY is finding a support right there, so we maybe we need to really break it before selling the dollar. Yeah, I think like I don't like what I'm seeing right now on the dollar. This week is not it's not the best technically speaking, of course, but yeah, yeah, the fall will close like this. I think like I will reduce my risk on USD CHF because I don't like it. I really don't like it. Oh my goodness. let me see the 4 hour closure. 4 hour close at, we have 8 minutes left. Let's see how this close. If the 4 hour candle close like this, I think I will close. I will reduce my risk on USDCHF. To be honest, I don't like what I am seeing right now. So it seems like this level is holding. Yeah, maybe we could potentially, yeah, we could potentially target this imbalance to fill it first, and maybe from here we could start to short again the dollar, but seems like we have pretty support right there, which don't allow price to fall. See, I don't like what I'm seeing right now on the dollar. Yeah, still bullish momentum. Yeah. I don't like it. I don't really like it. Look at this week. Yeah. Well, I think I will close some position to reduce my risk. I really don't like it what I am seeing right now. So yeah, I will let this trade instead. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, close some lost USDCHF. So I don't really don't like what I'm seeing right now on the GTX dollar on 4 hour. Look at this week. I don't like it. Don't really like it. So yeah, I decided to reduce my risk on USDCHF. So let this position. Let's see if we continue to drop. If not, I got stop out, and let's see, tomorrow we have PPI. So maybe we could get tomorrow a better opportunity. If we got soft inflation on PPI, this could maybe be something like that instead of taking a position here. Okay, so it's good to know how to play defense sometime when you have wrong sometimes. So I decided to reduce my risk and let this position in case we continue to drop lower at least. But from what I am seeing right now on the dollar, I don't really like it this week. But on 1 hour is good because we close below here. But look how we V-shape recovering like that. So don't like it. Really don't like it, to be honest. So some close position in loss on USDCHF. USDCAD is still in play. As you can see, we want to target these highs. The NZD, same thing, in play. It's currently running. So we'll let it on swing trade. Try to target these highs. And I close some position in loss because of the what I'm seeing right now, the dollar. So I think the Aussie dollar just reached the target. Yeah, yes, Aussie dollar just reached an entry. So because I already closed some loss on USDCHF, I will not get exposed again on this one. So I prefer to to let my current trades. Ooh, that's crazy. Yeah, I close the other position on USDCHF. So yeah. Commission. Oh my god. Commission is crazy on Profim these days. Yeah. Yeah. The dollar doesn't look good. Get rid of this. Maintain this position like this. Yeah. I don't really like USDCHF. As I said, this is a risky trade because the higher time frame is bullish. So yeah, I keep making. Hmm. Yeah. Uh, okay, is this is 5 p.m. Eastern time, so I will hand the stream right there. So to resume, I took a trade on USDCHF. I decided to reduce my risk. I remove some trade in the lost because of the DXY, which is starting to push up. Look at how the 4 hour close. I don't really like it these weeks. I don't like it. So that's why I decided to reduce my risk, because I still think that we overall the dollar is weak, at least for this week. Maybe who knows, we could get tomorrow, we have PPI, we could get another drive higher, rejection of this level, and then we continue to drop. If not, I need to see a break above this high first, and then another break to be confirmed that we will be bullish again on the dollar. If not, I will consider that to I will continue to short the dollar. Okay. So I took another position on AUDUSD. So AUDUSD is bullish, because I still think that AUD is fundamentally strong compared to the Canadian dollar. So that's pretty much what I want to see, with a break above, with a break above these highs, close above. This is the structure. We will trace around discount zone, and then what I need to confirm that we are going to continue higher is just maybe a break of these highs. If close above, if we manage to close above, then I would be happy to hold this trade towards the premium price. Okay, so that's my second entry, my second trade. And the last trade is OZ NZD. So OZ NZD, as I said, is my most, I would say, the most interesting trade right now from the beginning of this week. So fundamentally, OZ is stronger than Kiwi dollar. So I already explained it. If we go to higher time frame, we just rebounds off of a demand in higher time frame, which is here. Identify a demand right there, because after a strong push like that, leaving imbalance behind, this is how I identify my demand zone. So these demand zones, you can see, hold price many times. We also rebounds at pretty much a third time off of this demand right there. So that's allow me in lower time frame, for example in 4 hour, you see, to see a shift of structure. You see, we just shift of structure, we break above here, we also break above here. So for me, I even hint here on 1 hour, because I also identify another demand zone right there. You see how this engulfing push after this accumulation, you see, this leave behind a demand zone right there. So I just wait price to return off of this demand to I saw this rejection and close another shift of structure, and this is pretty much where I enter after we close above this high. You see, you can clearly see on 4 hour, the 4 hour close pretty much above these highs. So once we close here, I decide to enter clearly. I put my enter. I also put some buy limit here, but I didn't trigger it yet because of the spread and all that stuff in for CFD broker. But I'm already have two position in with a proper risk. because I have two position on OZ, you see, with a proper risk in position. So hopefully this will bring me some good risk rewards because I want to target these highs. I think price will reach this supply zone somewhere here. You see, this supply inside this 4 hour supply inside a daily, maybe a weekly supply, I think, not a weekly, yes, a daily supply somewhere here. So this is where I think price is going. So based on fundamental and the analysis, technical analysis. So that's my position right there. So it's playing out very, very good right now. Um, as I said, so I will let the USDCHF, even though I'm is a lower probability trade because the higher time frame is bullish, but this is considered for me is a in a counter trend. So that's why I would not be surprised if I get stop out. But the main reason I get in this trade is because of the recent CPI data, which comes out not more than expected, not lower, so comes out neutral, and the fact that overall the dollar is very weak. So the only thing I don't like is this week currently, which is forming right now on the dollar. So I don't really like it. So that's why I decided to reduce my risk a little bit on close some position on USDCHF. So, but I decided to let some risk on the table, $50, in case price decide to continue to follow the plan. So I means target this low somewhere here in weekly on monthly open. So because I think we already close, we have some sort of shift of structure. We close below this low. What I need to see is another close to be able to form a bearish order flow. You see, so my stop is just above here, his highs, because I think we already test this supply zone one twice. So for me, it's pretty normal. It could be normal that we continue to drop, but yes, you know, franc Swiss is a very, very tricky currency. So it's very weak. Fundamentally, it's very weak at the moment. So the dollar is tricky. So yeah, that's why I'm not putting a lot of my risk on this one. So let's see how this price will develop. So I think I will end the stream right there. We pretty much have 2 hour, pretty much 3 hour. We have 10 minutes before it's make 3 hour of stream. So yeah, maybe I will make another stream for tomorrow. We have the PPI. Yes, let's see. I think this will be the last interesting news before next week. Yes, Friday we have retail sale, but I will not trade on. I will not stream on Friday. So yeah, maybe tomorrow I will put another stream around the New York session. Okay. So for the rest, I will let it run in swing position. So that's it. If you like this type of stream, or don't hesitate to leave a like, subscribe for more incoming stream, live stream, and be careful on the market because we have a lot of headlines, not a lot of airlines in the Middle East, which could pretty mess up your trade. Again, 4 minutes ago, we have another news. Trump said USA has total control over the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, this is a very back and forth headline. This is very crazy. So be very careful. You say USD United Trump administration said one day they agreed to extend for 60-day ceasefire. A couple of hours after, we have the Iranian administration who's deny these claims. So there are no discussion over extending ceasefire. You see, and then for 40 minutes ago, we have another release of Trump who said United States has total control over. So this is a back and forth. That's why I said I stopped looking at this headline. This making headache. I'm not gonna lie to you. It make headache. Just focus on macroeconomic like CPI, inflation, monetary policy from central banks. So that's what I'm focusing right now. So this type of, yes, it could impact the market, but I will not too much focus on this one, okay? Because I think that is a joke for me. Very joke. They are messing up, especially for people who trade in lower time frame. I think this could be a carnage. I think so. Yeah, this is crazy. So be careful on the markets. So for me, I will say see you soon tomorrow for the New York session for the PPI live stream. Okay. So it was Josue, the part-time trader. I'm out.